Ooh, loving that music. Here we are. Actually, I'm really hating that music. I just like put in royalty-free beats and it gave me sport rock energetic. But that's fitting because I just got back from the gym. So I'm sweaty, I'm gross, and my name is Jen Schiffer, and we're streaming today. Let me lower the sports rock just a bit. Welcome, Live Laugh Blah. This is part 2 of me going through glitch apps to migrate them. If you're here live with me, thank you for joining me. I did not schedule this. I just like a half hour ago while I was getting coffee was like, oh, I gotta go live. I should tell folks. And if you're watching the video after, hello, thank you for joining me. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna like just dive right into it. I do have to finish my protein shake. And then I have, well, of course, I start every stream by going through the drinks. So I got my chocolate protein shake. I also slammed two string cheese to get my protein in. Then I have my almond milk iced latte. And I have a regular water in my my Fastly Mercedes F1 team merch back when Fastly sponsored F1 for some reason. Well, I know the reason. Yeah, that was my gym water bottle because I lent my nice one to Andy and I gotta get it back. The problem with this cup is that the ice cube comes through and it chokes me. Okay. Protein down, coffee time. And let's head into it. Okay, YouTube shows me as going. The video audio seems to be fine. And yeah, let's get into it. I want to make sure I can see the chat, but move my window. Let's see. Cool. So now I should. You're gonna see Streamlabs for a sec. Yeah, great. Cool. Okay. Let's see where I left off last. So what I'm doing is I'm going through my dashboard on Glitch. And I am figuring out what projects I need to download, what I don't, and where they gotta go. Let's see if I can open up, move my folders out of here. Y'all don't need to see all my memes. Not that anything's really secret there, but what I can show you is I have, these are the folders I made last stream on Friday. I have Too Old to Care. These are like the apps that aren't really useful once Glitch project hosting shuts down. They're usually like utilities for running on Glitch, but I still want to save them because I worked on them. Starters, which are like maybe out of date but might be useful starter apps for future stuff, but agnostic to Glitch. These are apps that are Node. Oh, what did I do? cancel. There we go. Too old to care, not too old to care, but old enough. These are apps that are not like glitch coupled, but they're also like not in use. So this is like a robot karaoke show request app, and we already built it. So, yeah, this is my mind at work. Hey Mason, welcome to the chat. Are you archiving them or posting them elsewhere? So I'm gonna be posting some of them elsewhere. So archive are stuff that I don't need to post elsewhere, or I've already posted elsewhere. This is a mistake folder. .com are... Oh, I accidentally saved a bunch of fonts in here. Ignore this. I'm gonna drag these to my desktop. .com are static sites that I'm just gonna add to jenschiffer.com, which is a static app on DigitalOcean. And yeah, and I have my window here. I updated Live Laugh blog, my blog. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I just like, my brain is coming accustomed to existing. Okay. So .com is static sites, are static sites that I will be adding to jenschiffer.com, which is a static app on DigitalOcean's app platform. And last week we did a couple of them. A couple of my candle making apps are there. And if I open, I want to open up .com. This is my local editor. So here I have this glitch folder. This is my jenschiffer.com site. And I have a glitch folder, and then I'm adding static apps to here because I'm not spending $3 a month on each of the DigitalOcean static apps for like these little glitch apps. So these can exist on their own. What I do need to figure out are where I'm going to put my node apps. So I'll have to like, I might create like a DigitalOcean droplet. Did not mean to unzip that. Oh my gosh. What's trash? I might create a DigitalOcean droplet of a node server and then just do like /glitch/ all of these apps within it as well. Some I might want to keep standalone. I'm not sure, but we'll figure that out. First, I just want to like go through everything and categorize them accordingly. So I'm going to move this out of the way. So when I talk about putting this on the .com folder, the node folder, whatever, that's what these are. So let's get that back out of my window. Let's see. Okay. Hey, Naoto. I just said, thank you for doing this. I'm also proud of migrating projects to my server, but setting up domains would be a nightmare. So one thing that I want to avoid doing initially is like figuring out subdomain stuff. I figured once I just get everything into a subdirectory and then working, then I'll like fuss with like DNS stuff, whatever. But the glitch team did say that they're going to have a way to set up redirects, and those redirects will work through 2026. So I don't have to be like precious about that kind of stuff. So we'll see. Okay. So let's see. I have Jort sort. I think Jort sort I downloaded. Facebox I downloaded, Jams Live I downloaded, Fishbot, Gen PM I downloaded. I went over Make Hexel Heart and Make Alopecia Heart. Oh, hey Sauber. Welcome. Drawn Owl I went through. Hello Blue Sky Sheep. That's a project where when project hosting goes down, it's probably not going to continue existing on Blue Sky. It's a bot, but I don't know. Beating questions I went through. I went through. Make 8-bit art is already on my DigitalOcean app platform static site deployed. I'm keeping here in case people just want to remix the open source, because Make 8-bit art has always been open source and the repo's been in GitHub, and then I made it where I'm like, well, if you want the code, it's on Glitch. So now I have to figure out, I have to like unarchive the GitHub repo or figure out a home for the code, but in the meantime, it's here. Okay. So now we're at, do I have RoboMotion receiver? No. Okay. Clumsy silicone account. This project is a base for importing Git repos. So this was imported via a GitHub clone with no project hours. So this might be something that I had imported for a support ticket reason. So those I'm going to open in a window that you can't see, because it might be someone saying, okay, so this was suspended. So I probably was testing to make sure our tools would catch a phishing app pattern. So I can archive that. And I can show you what that looked like. This is what it looks like when you have an app suspended that was hit by like a tool that looks for like bad code. Like bad code as in like you're using it for malice. Okay, RoboMotion receiver. This is an app for demoing RoboMotion. RoboMotion is a project I made for our Robot Karaoke, which is a show that my pal Jamie Brew and I co-host, where it connects to your webcam. So we tell people go to this on their phone and they make sad or angry faces, and the more sad if everyone's making angry or sad faces, the lyrics that we're generating in the show come from negative reviews versus positive reviews. So for Robot Karaoke, you pick a song, like let's say Skater Boy, and then where you want the lyrics to be generated from. And so we have like positive reviews and negative reviews, or like positive Glassdoor reviews, negative Glassdoor reviews. RoboMotion gave like an interactive element where people could decide whether the lyric in that time was negative or positive. I'm probably not explaining that well, but we haven't used it in a while. We'll probably get back to it. But that's RoboMotion, and then to test it out, I created like a receiver. So it basically sends you the information. It's an API, if you will. And the receiver, oh, it's using WebSockets. That's right. So it connects to it. And then what Robot Karaoke, that engine would do is listen for the emotions. So this is an app that I will be downloading into archive. Not archive, node. Hey, Stefan. Okay, and I can archive this to get this out of the way. Presence or Bugs. Presence or Bugs is a code jam project where everyone can go to presenceorbugs.glitch.me. Let's back up. And you can click and change whether your cursor is a gift or a cockroach. And the more bugs on the page, the more distressed the emoji is. But if a bunch of us came on here and we're all presents, it would stay happy. It's a good like demo for a simple WebSockets project. It does require Node, so this project will be download this into the Node project. Cool. And I'll keep it up for now. I mean, clearly people are using it to like try out stuff. Jen's real-time Rickroll counter. Oh, hey, Jackie. I do love me some WebSockets. This is a fun, like, I made a bunch of cool stuff around that time. Rickroll counter. This is, like, one of those, like, I'm not going to harp on it too much because it might make me cry. But Calby from the community started this counter, and I started keeping it up to date, logging how many times the glitch community rickrolled me. I do have a CSV for each year. I was saving them. But yeah. And then whenever we did last year on Glitch, one of the like superlatives was like how many times did Jen get rickrolled by the community. So that's been fun. Actually, I would say ever since I quit Fastly, I have not been rickrolled. So I'm not saying that's like a good thing, but you have to see the silver lining in things. Neo said finally rickroll counter explained. Yeah, so this is going to be downloaded into the archive. Well, I hate to put it in Too Old to Care because, well, I'm not going to make it live. I still care about it. I'll change this folder name. Don't take the folder name personally. And I'll keep that live for now. Friendly words. Okay. Oof. Actually, this is interesting. Friendly words is an NPM package that we built many, many years ago that puts words together. This is like how we power the naming of glitch apps. And this isn't the package itself. It is an NPM package. This is a demo of it. So it shows the word pairs, triples, all that kind of stuff. This, I don't think has been up to date. I don't know, like, GitHub. What version is Friendly Words on? .131, yeah. So it's not even using the latest version. This is used by more than just Glitch, like the P5 editor, I believe. There's something. Oh, hey Saber, thanks for joining. Yeah, there's a bunch of people who use Friendly Words for stuff that's not Glitch related, so it will stay alive. I should probably move this into Node and have it live somewhere so that I can properly link that GitHub repo to it. Because I'm sure the GitHub links to this like example app. Python airbrush. This, I was going to start a blog about Python and airbrushing, and I didn't. So we can archive that. This is all 2024, by the way. This is a year ago. Fresh Troubled Salto. Well, it's public, and it's a remix. Let's see what that is. Probably nothing. Let's see if Sue's Face is the latest one. No, it's a rewind. Well, doesn't mean anything to me. I'm gonna archive. Cockroach Screensaver. This was part of the Screensavers code jam that I ran. So if I don't move my cursor in 5 seconds, it still shows a little bug. I should have updated the will start yellow background blue square. That was like how I started it when I first started doing the demo, because I used to stream on Glitch's YouTube live, and I would work on my code jam apps live, and so I would start with like a yellow background with a blue square, and then like update it to actually show a bug. I'm gonna actually update this. Just to update that. And I'm gonna download this. And this is like a static site, so I could actually put it in .com. Cool. Resident Inexpensive Tang. A web-based screensaver. Oh, this is like a remix. Oh, you know what this is? This is probably an early version of the screensaver, but I made it private so that people who were going to my profile didn't see what I was working on before the stream. That's the thing I would do. A little inside baseball. Okay. Abstracted fast attention. Screenshot of our a remix of our extremely minimal version of our website server starter, which is my favorite. You know, when we put out the new starters, I fought hard. I didn't have to like fight my team, but I advocated hard for like extremely minimal starters. Like I even felt like this was too much code. And we like launched the new starters, and then people were like, where are the minimal ones? And so then we added the minimal ones that I just happened to have already, because I was like, I knew they were gonna want the minimal ones because I want them, and I might be not from this planet, but I'm not too unlike some of y'all. This is just a remix of that minimal starter. Right? Let's check rewind. Planny. I don't know what that is. Well, we're gonna archive. Gib JS Dev. This is from April. Let me open this in a window off of the screen from y'all, just so I can make sure I'm not posting any secrets of anyone's. Let's see. Oh, it's a glitch in bio. Let's see. It's private, so I have to like log in. Oh, this music's so bad. I gotta change this. There we go. Glitch in bio, JS dev. The JS could be Jen Schiffer, or it could be JavaScript. it's hard to know. What was I doing in April of last year? April of last year, we were planning on our special June event where we launched the ability to update to add apps agnostic of where they were built onto preview.glitch.com. This looks like this is just a remix of Glitch and Bio that I never used, so. Webwing. Webwing's a fun one. I never wrote about Webwing. Actually, I used to do these like kind of sessions on community and social internally to the team and talking about like networks and sharing and kind of talk about what the future glitch like should have been. And that's why like last year we had announced like preview.glitch.com and the focus was on being able to share apps, whether they're built on Glitch or not. Because we knew that project hosting was like getting to be a bit much and we didn't have a lot of like resources of support to keep it going. And it was like, well, what really is the spirit of Glitch? And the spirit of Glitch is not hosting. It was like the sharing, like the code jams, the community, like that was always like, that should have been like the meat of stuff. And so we were working towards a place where Glitch was a place where you shared the good web and you can discover. So that was no secret. Like if you look at the 7-year birthday post I wrote about Glitch, I had said, like, I even said, like, what are places that you prefer to have your apps on that aren't Glitch? And I mentioned DigitalOcean. So the seeds have been planted. It's just that it never got watered, so it never sprouted. And Webwing is an app that I built to show internally, like, basically, how do you make, I don't know, it was kind of like, this is like what, like, what the fuck? Was it Dig? You know, just a way to, like, go through, it's a web ring, and go through different sites. And how it worked is I have a JSON file that took different types of sources. So regular websites, a glitch playlist, and RSS. So there's this gossipweb.net RSS feed that has a bunch of like links that are shared. This is like just a site on its own. A glitch playlist. And it parses through, if it's a glitch playlist, like, of course this isn't going to work, like, in a month. But it would go through the playlist URL and get all of, like, the projects. And if it's an RSS, if it does that, whatever. So it literally is just, like, a web ring. I will definitely work on this more, because I still think that is like necessary, and something that's not centralized, and other people can partake in. So that's definitely going to be downloaded, and that's a Node app. Although I can make it a static app and use Valtown for, I can create a val for each of the like calls for like parsing an RSS feed and stuff. One of my prior apps, the robot karaoke one I showed you, that connected to a Google spreadsheet. It's a static site, but I was using Valtown. And if you're not familiar with Valtown, I know the folks who work on this, and I really enjoy it. It is, you just create these little services. It does have an AI tool, and I think that's like their differentiator, I guess, with other similar services. Because like otherwise it's just an editor, and we know that like anybody can make an in-browser editor in 2025. But I had Townie turned off. I don't use it because I started using Valtown very early on, and like it was like just kind of getting in the way for me. I still haven't like figured out a way because I haven't tried to like make AI make me work faster because I haven't had to like work fast. I'm a candle maker, not a software developer, so by trade. Anyway, I enjoy Valtown, and I'll log into it in a future stream. Okay, so we're on to the second page. Fastly NYC guest book. This one's going in Too Old to Care. Well, not too old, but old enough. I put out a guest book in the Fastly New York City office and asked people to... It was like literally a notebook and told people, write down your favorite websites, and I would update the site as people added to the notebook. And I don't know if the notebook is still in the office, but I know that the site has not been updated, but it's a glitch in bio. This is what it looked like. This is a notebook. I staged this with the plants and stuff. And then, yeah, last updated in March. And people added what their favorite sites were. And, yeah, there's mine. R.I.P. co-host. Oh, no. But yeah, I feel like, you know, one thing that I really enjoyed about this particular project was you never really know what someone's favorite, what is a favorite website. You know, I knew like what my favorite sites were, but then other people were like, oh yeah, like my favorite website is like XKCD, stuff like that. But then it's like, oh, my favorite website's Spotify. I love E-Trade. Fidelity. Ricardo was trolling me with this one. Because the salespeople started like adding stuff, and I was like, if you add that, I'm gonna like report you. Like Google Maps. That's like, I would never put Google Maps as like my favorite website, but I'm like, oh, it's like a useful site. I don't know, it made me really think about like our taste in like what we consider our favorite websites. Like, is it your favorite because it's cool, or is it your favorite because it gets a job done? And it just kind of reminded me of the versatility and variety that the World Wide Web provides everyone. Jackie said loving Fidelity is a dark kink. Yeah, this Ricardo is trolling me. But yeah, like liking Facebook. I would have never said that Facebook is mine. But I don't know, it was really, some people put store websites and whatever, and it was like, oh yeah, like a store you like to shop at could be your favorite website. Like, your favorite website doesn't have to be like something like really cool and super unique, like River. Like, this is like one of the coolest websites ever, if you've ever have been to it or not. And I just landed on a really cool page of it. Shout out to Max Bitker. But yeah, I don't know. I recommend that you do this if you work in an office. Put out a little guest book and ask your coworkers what their favorite websites are. Especially if you are in a mixed office where there's like sales, marketing, engineers, like ops people, stuff like that. So that definitely goes in not too old to care, but old enough. And I'm gonna keep it up. Great cybersecurity. Starter Mastodon bot that generates random toots using tracery. Why did I remix this? I think once coworkers started writing google.com, and I was like, I had to like stop myself from being like, Google.com is not your favorite. It's, you know, when people, when you ask someone their favorite band and they say the Beatles, my first initial response is always like, Beatles is not your favorite band. But who am I to say whether they're wrong or right? You know, it's just, you know, you don't want to like gatekeep, but also like, I don't know, it's just very, I think when you reach, you know, you can meet your match and then you can meet the people who like you absolutely cannot relate to. And so I can absolutely would have a hard time relating to somebody who says Google's their favorite website or the Beatles are their favorite band. But it doesn't mean that like they're wrong in their opinion or invalid. It's just not somebody that I would encounter in like a shared experience outside of the workplace. Anyway, I don't think I did anything with this. I think I was just like, or maybe I did. Oh, I was trying Node to be updated on this. Oh, you know what happened? We started upgrading or upgrading like the minimum Node version available. And so projects like this one, Node 11 testing, I made that to test whether it would show the Node 11 needs update label. But there were apps like this Mastodon bot that were using a very old version of Node, and so when we started updating the minimum version that you can use, those apps would say, this app can't run, it needs to have Node updated. But you can remix it and update Node yourself if the original creator did not update their Node. So I think that's what I was doing. I was helping somebody who was like, hey, I need to use this Mastodon bot, but it's not running, and so I remixed it and saw if it worked. I'm going to archive that. Node 11 tests, I already know, this is just an app I made that runs Node 11 to make sure that it was detecting that it was Node 11 and would tell me it needs an update. Grunt.js, minifying with Grunt.js. Shouts out to my buddy and my former coworker at Boku, Ben Allman. Grunt.js. This is an app that has existed. If you see Gareth and me as the project members, Gareth was the head of marketing when I joined Fog Creek, and he did a lot of the early starter apps on Glitch back when it was called like HyperDev or like Gomix. It was called Gomix when I joined Fog Creek, and we renamed it to Glitch and relaunched it. But a lot of these projects are really, really old. And when Gareth left, well, Gareth may be the co-owner of all of them, and then he left and it was just me. So if you see projects like that, these are typically starters that, actually, I'll add this to starters, but a lot of them are going to be like too old to care. And I'm not going to archive those because who knows if they'll be used. Sunrise Pell, so I already went over a remix of this other one. This is a glitch specific one. Hello Screensaver was the starter that I made for the Screensaver Code Jam that I like made during a live stream. I'm gonna download that. I showed like my cockroach cockroach app earlier. Let's see. Put that in .com. Let's see. Resisted discovered trapezoid. So generate, it's a glitch in bio remix. Probably nothing. I'll probably end up deleting it. Boom, boom, boom. Is that this? Okay, yeah. Let me just go to rewind real quick. Ba-dum bum 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 bum. Let me close some tabs while that's building. Bum 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 bum. Jackie, you should go through your own apps. It's like both like someone who's worked on Glitch before too. Like it's both it's like nostalgia, but you just have to know that you might hit a point where you want to cry. This doesn't appear to be anything. I'm just gonna archive it. Okay. Live Laugh Blog year 4. Oh, is this okay. This is an old version of Live Laugh Blog. I almost picked up my microphone to drink it. Live Laugh Blog, bitch. Yeah, this is just an old version of Live Blog. I'm just gonna archive it. Fastly Connect. Fastly Connect is a meetup series we tried to start. We did one of them. And this is the glitch in bio for the links. This was, what was this from? March of 2024. Respectfully, and all respect to the people who worked with me on this, Fastly Connect was like the beginning. Oh, no, actually, I wouldn't say the beginning of the end for my time at Fastly. It was like it was the beginning of the end for the final goalpost move I allowed to like keep me at Fastly. This like putting this meetup together and like creating the community forum, making a meetup for developers, which Fastly was not used to ever doing, getting a demo put together that can be done in a meetup space, getting enough fucking t-shirts to give out to attendees. It was just like, it was one of those things where it should not have been hard, but it like really was. But we did it, but it did not go nearly as well as I feel like it should have gone, considering how much work went into it. But I hope they try again. I hope that Fastly creates a community meetup where developers, no matter where they work or whether they know enterprise or not, can come and try out Fastly's products. I hope they try it again. But yeah, I'm going to download this into Too Old to Care. And I'm gonna not archive it. I don't know, just in case someone from Fastly sees this and is like, oh, we actually need a copy of that too. Whatever. Okay. I know, Neo says, I know everyone does casually fill the preparing page with the circle. I always like, yeah. Okay, Draw Your Weather. Okay, this Draw Your Weather is an app I made for a P5 event. I know Saber's not in the chat anymore. But this might be for Creative Code Fest. I did a workshop where you can draw the weather forecast, and it connected to the Open Weather Map API. And the weather in your location, yeah, I'll glitch. Okay, let's see. It should... Okay, yeah, so it's sunny out, so the icon for when I draw on the screen is a sun. But if you go to this and it's like cloudy, you'll get different icons. And I use the weather app API because it's 1,000 API calls are free. I think this is around the time Dark Sky got bought by Apple, and so they were cutting off API access, which I'm still mad about. But I like the Open Weather API. Let's see. API. I want to see what the icons are. Maybe. Oh yeah, here are the forecast icons. These all came from the Open Weather API. So, yeah. Requires node and also has assets in it. So I'll keep it up. Okay. I need to grab myself some more water. So I'll be back in like 20 seconds. Okay? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Where were we? Browser sharing. There we go. Okay. Let's see. QR code, wow. QR code is an app I made because one night I got really stoned and I was like, I should know how QR codes work. And so I learned and was making an editor create QR codes. Marty said Dark Sky is such a good weather app and a poster child for the API powered web. I would say Dark Sky was not exactly great at telling the weather, but the API was really good. And also, like, they had really good visualizations and charts and stuff. When Apple bought Dark Sky, I was like, well, they'll have nicer charts, but like, I don't know, I just felt like it was not as like accurate. So QR code, wow. I started in March. And you can tell I was stoned when I did this because shouts out to Gen Nation for sending me the right direction. I'd rather eat glass and pay approximately 246 United States dollars for the ISO spec. Like, get real. Like, that's how you know I was not sober. So, edibles are legal. It's legal. It's in Jersey. So I have these resources for how QR codes work. And I just, like, made a thing that, like... that made a QR code. What I wanted to do, I started making it so that you can toggle whether it's black or white. But that doesn't do anything except like break your QR code. But I wanted it to change and show what the text actually is. So this is something that in the library it's using is, I don't know if I'm using both of these. I think I just was exploring them. I would like to continue to do that. And that can go in .com because that is a static site. QR code, wow. Juicy marked character. Let's see. This might be a remix of a screensaver from the screensaver. Oh yeah. I think Miles WK had made the original and I remixed it to like put my name. Yep, Miles WK. So Miles WK did this screensaver app with their own name, and then I remixed it and made it my name. So that's cute and fun. And it's all CSS. Download that into .com. I'm gonna do... Actually, I'm gonna create a new folder called remixes, where they're not apps I created myself from scratch, but anyway. Space Invaders is a demo. This is one of the ones like Gareth had imported, probably from GitHub, right? Yeah, it's me and Gareth. This is imported from Mary Rose Cook's GitHub. And it's just like annotated Space Invaders. So this is, I will put new, I'm going to do a new folder for stuff that's not starters. Early days with Gareth. I'll put that there. I'm not going to put that Space Invaders app. It's not even something like I built. But it was useful to show what you can do with Glitch and with like an existing repo. Oh man, genmoney.blog. This, I believe, was my ghost blog. Ariane says, "Hi ma'am, you look like an angel. Don't push me, brother." Bum, 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 bum. I'm gonna remove that. Okay. Yeah, extremely online and incredibly logged on was my blog when I started at Fog Creek. And it was built with Ghost, a very early version of Ghost 0.11.4. I do have this archive somewhere, but I will download it just in case. I'll put in archive. Let's see. Obsidian, useful wildflower, create data viz with Apache eCharts. Let's see. Victorian Ghost. Hey, Potch. We've made it to March 2024 of since edited apps. Okay, let's see what this is about. Why was I importing Apache eCharts in March of 2024? Riddle me this. Let's see. Oh. Stefan made it. This is a remix of Stefan's project. So maybe I was helping Stefan out. Well, I don't need it. I'm just gonna archive it. Orange 3D candle. Collab with the E-Trade, baby. You missed it. I was showing the Fastly New York City office guest book where the people would post their favorite websites, and someone said Fidelity, and Jackie called that a dark kink. Oh, hey, Calby. Is this the equivalent of going through your albums while trying to clean up space? Ariane, this channel is about me. I'm Jen. I am going through apps on glitch.com that I've built because they're ending project hosting. What this channel is not about is commenting on my appearance. You're welcome to stick around and watch me go through apps I've been making over the past few years and figure out where I want to move them to. And most of them are written in JavaScript. So this is Orange Candle. This is a Three.js app I made. And when you click it, it's a cube. This is because I was learning Three.js last year. I did a whole course. I got a certification through Three.js Journey. I have this candle right here. It's literally, it smells good. I didn't use the right kind of wax for it though, so it's like kind of like messed up, but I'm gonna make more of these because I have a candle store now. But yeah, so let's download that. We're gonna put that into .com. Hey, Fastify webhook receiver. This is, so we did a test. If you have Glitch Pro, you can use it on Glitch Preview. We had a webhook. Ariane, I appreciate the compliment. I'm just setting a boundary. So I said you're welcome to stay. But okay, Fasthook webhook receiver. And it just like listens for a webhook. And that's because we were using that for a test on preview.glitch.com where gosh, I forget even what the webhook was. Oh, hell. I guess whenever like you... Oh, I think whenever somebody like thanked you. It was it was a thing. So whenever someone thanked your profile, it would trigger this webhook. And so I made this receiver app that you can remix. And I think it just explodes in confetti whenever you did that. I don't know if that webhook still exists. I mean, let me log into the preview. Oh, I gotta do like the CAPTCHA to be like, select all the images that are cars. And they all are cars. Okay. Kelly said hi, just download everything to my shared school drive. We'll get to sorting in a few years. Yeah, I know, like, so actually I'll share if you have an issue where you have to, I haven't looked at the forum today. But people are making ways to shut stuff, to download stuff, and Pomax came up with a script that has it include the assets. But if you go to support.glitch.com, you'll find the discussion thread. There's a project migration discussion, the official thread, and I'll go through all these at my own leisure. But people are coming together and making utilities and stuff so we can all like figure out the future of this together. Do I need any thumbnail editor? I can make a free demo if interested. No, thank you, Bramos. It's not currently a concern of mine, but perhaps in the future. You can find my contact info on my website if you want to email your pitch. Okay, did I download Fastly webhook? I don't think I did. Fastify webhook receiver. I'm going to download that into Node. And then to go with that is FastEye WebSocket. Let me get my glitch login. Okay. Where in preview? Jen, please secretly get into glitch servers and download every project zip file and store them on a server for future generations. I know that a lot of people have like been saying like, oh, archive.org should scrape all this kind of stuff. I feel like if people really wanted their stuff to be live and it had to be live, they can do that. There's a lot of junk on all hosting platforms. There's a lot of like phishing spam that I don't think is worth saving. It's different than, you know, saving GeoCities. Also, there's a consent issue. Like when I put my stuff on Glitch, I have control over whether it stays on Glitch or not. And if Fastly were to work with the Internet Archive, for example, to like keep these all perpetually live, how would I be able to take my stuff down if I wanted it to be down? So if I were still working there, I wouldn't advocate for like keeping everything like live and mirrored. What I would advocate for though is giving more than 6.5 weeks of notice for project hosting, which again I know was not the team's control, like the Glitch team's control. That's a message to Fastly management. But yeah, gonna miss all the hurdles. Yeah. You wouldn't download a Glitch t-shirts when? Ideally, data export would be live for like years. Yeah, this is gonna be like the fact that like they can only commit to through the rest of the year. I feel like, and I've thought about this a lot. When we launched Glitch, we did an exercise on like what would be the right way to shut down if we had to. And then when we were going through the process of being acquired, we had to think like, well, if we don't get acquired, we have to shut down. Like, what is the amount of time do we think would be fair? And it was always 6 months. Like, give 6 months to be super. I mean, for me, that 6 months was too low. I feel like for something, well, back then Glitch had only been around for 7 years, and it was like a month for each year it existed would be nice. So for us to not have even a week for each year it existed, which is almost 9 years at this point, doesn't sit right with me. Never will. But if people talk more about that, maybe management can be convinced to give a little bit more time. You know, when Mozilla's Thimble shut down, their team worked with us to enable their users to export their projects from Thimble into Glitch. And there was, I forget how long they had to do it before Thimble shut down, but it was even like 3 or 4 years after that had happened where we would get a support ticket, someone saying, hey, I heard Thimble shut down, moved to Glitch. Any chance that you have my old Thimble projects? And at that point we didn't. But the fact that people were asking years after the fact means that like such a short period of time, it really like only benefits the power users and not the more casual users. And you're gonna have more casual users than you do have power users. So, yeah, you need like more time to exercise options and export projects, please. It takes you longer to log into E-Trade with two-factor auth than the time given to export all of your projects before project hosting shuts down. But anyway, it's 6 weeks of project hosting left. We'll still be able to download our stuff. But I'm like, oh, let me get through this now because it's a lot easier to have it run on Glitch than to like locally set up all these node apps and stuff. Okay, so I am on preview.glitch.com, and I guess like I thought that we had a webhook. I was trying to be like, how do I test the webhooks? I thought we had the thank webhook, but maybe we closed it down, or maybe I turned it off. I don't know. Potch said, to be honest, GDPR and CCPA should have a right to access data alongside right to delete. There is like you have right to know like your user data, but like it doesn't necessarily include the projects you create, but more like the data that's held about you. But I don't know. That's another thing for Fastly management to respond to. It's one of those things like where companies don't pay much mind to it when only a few people are like loud about it. Okay. Fastly WebSocket is just a WebSocket demo. I made it, by the way, sorry. This, I believe I made as a precursor to the Presence or Bugs CodeJam app that I showed prior. Requires Node because it's WebSockets. Okay, Hello Oak. Hello Oak is an old Oak starter for Deno, suspended while preparing project. This project is private because it wasn't going to work anymore. It's not Node. I'm going to put it in starters. Glitch did not have Deno support, but you could install it in the terminal, and I would do that for folks who wanted to try it. Actually, it was always kind of like a dream to have Deno support on Glitch, and so I was always working with it. I might, maybe in a future stream, I have exported apps I started on Glitch to Deno because Fastly Compute doesn't have like free WebSocket support. It's like a paid feature or whatever. Anyway, let's archive that. Glitch community blog roll. I should revisit this. For Glitch we were using this one service to power the blog, and we got like an email that was like, we're going to actually like start charging you like 10 times as much. And so I was like, well, no, we'll just move the blog to 11D. So we had blog on the mind quite a bit in March and February. That service, by the way, is Prismic. Because like early in the year, like all these services were like, everyone's like laying off people and trying to save money, and then people were cutting costs by getting rid of services, and so then services had to increase their prices to like stay alive. And so it would just be like, oh yeah, like, hey, you're up for renewal, it's gonna be 4 times as much as it was last time, like, thank you for being a customer. And I'd be like, no, not gonna be a customer. So we moved Glitch to 11T. But at that time, because I had blog on the mind, I was like, let's have blogging be the CodeJam theme. Well, to my blog. And so these are all the blogs that people had submitted. So let me download that. That is a static site. Probably said, what if all these years the archive button secretly upload all the code to a secret storage in the Arctic? Oh my god. GitHub's, what was it, Arctic code? What? GitHub Arctic Code Vault. Yeah, snapshot on February 2nd, 2020. Preserved it in their... Listen, I'll be a conspiracy theorist. I don't think this code vault exists. I think they're full of shit. It's one of those, I'll believe it when I see it, and I don't believe it. Is this like a video? Is this the code vault? What? Let me... I just... 200... And also, 250 meters? I don't think that that's that deep. 50 meters to feet. 820 feet? Like, spare me. I don't believe it. Anyway, blog roll. MongoDB async. This is a starter that's too old to even like fucking mean anything. I don't care. Let's see, married, absorbed science. And I've been streaming for quite a bit, so once I get through March, I'll stop ahead of getting to the February posts. Married, absorbed science. More than 800 feet deep, you've punched through the disk of the earth. This is just a remix of a starter. Yeah, okay. You know it's gonna be like sad to lose? Glitch.new. That was a fun site. Did you know that the .new TLD costs $500 a year? I know all about it because I was the one who worked with Google on the promo for the .new TLD. I know all the restrictions. I advocated for less restrictions and got them. But yeah, .new costs $500 a year, so maybe somebody at Fastly will remember to not renew it, or maybe they won't remember. Not my problem. Cubic Legendary Clay, this is our 11T remix. Let's see why. Yep, $500. At least the first couple of years of it. I don't know if it's gone up. I imagine it has only gone down. And that's to be restrictive. There's actually rules on what .new can do. .new can only be... Google owns it. It can only be used to create a new thing. So we wouldn't be able to use glitch.new for anything except for an app that creates a new glitch app. I think eBay used to have .new and just it would get you into the wizard to create a new listing for an eBay item. So not only is it expensive, but it was very restrictive so that it can serve a specific purpose, which I liked. I thought that was like kind of cool. Like if you're going to own a TLD, you know, it should, it's nice to have those kind of constraints so that you know that .new, like if you go to sheets.new or docs.new, it creates a new Google Sheet, creates a new Google Doc. Like I thought that was cool as a utility in a world of like everything being on the internet cloud. Yeah, Potched is very new, very cool conceptually. Okay, so this isn't anything, so let's archive. Faint pedal drop, 3JS app. Jakar says, can you make a thumbnail for me? What is with the thumbnails? I'm gonna, I don't provide a service on thumbnails. You're welcome to stay, unless it's all you're here to ask for. Okay, faint pedal drop. What kind of 3JS stuff will this be putting together? Nothing. Oh, there we go. Oh, Bugs Rock. Let me open this in its own window. Look at that. I'll tell you, Bugs Rock is the name of my LLC because it was my version of Hello World. So everything I would write Bugs Rock. And these are like timed rotating little donuts. Actually, Calby, you like the little donuts. You think you'll drop out a CS thumbnail seem to be the new hype after AI. Oh my gosh. When I heard that, like, I don't know if it's anymore because of like generative AI, but like Mr. Beast used to like spend like $10,000 per video on just like thumbnails to try. Hey Total Gamer, what is this? This is my stream. I'm Jen. I am going through all of my apps on glitch.com that I've made over the past 9 years, and they're getting rid of project hosting in several weeks, so I'm going through downloading and archiving them and looking at what they are so I can categorize whether I'm willing to move them to like my static site or create a new like side one. Am I an AI/ML engineer? I am not. I am a web developer. I have a bachelor's and master's in computer science, so I studied AI and ML, but I'm assuming AI/ML engineer. I don't know, does that mean someone who uses AI or someone who like builds AI tools? I do neither. I used to do ML stuff back in the day, before generative AI was a thing. But none of these are going to be AI tools, and neither are they written with AI. But yeah, I'm going to download this to, well, I had it as it's a Node app. I don't know why. Don't forget multi-hyphenate candle maker. I'm a candle maker. That's like my main thing. It's backbreaking work. I did a lot of work this morning on them, and then I was like, I gotta go to the gym and like work on my posture. But my candle store, bugsrock.online, I'm launching it on Saturday on the 5-year anniversary of Live Laugh blog, my blog. So yeah, you like the way I breathe, very professional. I appreciate you. I love the feedback. Okay, so that gets me through to March 2024. We're on page 2. We're not going to get through all 35 pages because, again, a lot of the stuff has not been touched in several years, so it's really no one's business, not even my own. I will download everything. But I'm making a note that I stopped at February of last year. And so probably tomorrow I'll come back. So like and subscribe to this channel. I'll be back tomorrow to go through stuff, and we get to Glitch in Bio, so I can tell you about how that came about, how like Glitch in Bio came to be. I won't be archiving it, oh my gosh, but that's fun. And I was also doing a lot of 3JS back then. Yeah, so let me move back into webcam view. Thank you for joining me. Oh, it's like an hour and 20 minutes. Not bad, not too long. I do have to get back to the candle making biz stuff so I can launch. I'm going to be printing out Matchbox labels because every order will get like a custom Matchbox. I already have like ones with Puma Greg's face on it. See, matches. But I have cool neon labels for that, and I'm gonna try to do some airbrushing today. I have my like airbrush stuff over here. I was just waiting on I needed new filters for my mask. This thing. So I needed new cartridges because it's gotten old. So I might put those on and try that out. Another thing, my copies of the Internet Phone Book have arrived. I think it's sold out online. You could probably get it at like a bookstore in like Denmark. But I would love to, in a future stream, go through each of those pages, my websites and the Internet Phone Book, and take a look at some of the cool sites that people have submitted. I think if you just go to the internetphonebook.com, no, internetphonebook.net. Well, let me open up the browser and I'll share it. Internetphonebook.net. You can dial a site, which is cool. I think 121 might be mine. No. Oh wait, is it 122? Yep, that's me. I'm 122. But like you can go through all the sites, which is really, really cool. And I mentioned this on my blog. I actually last night I updated the design for Live Laugh blog. So I updated this last night, and I showed that Internet Phone Book has a glitch ad inside of it. But yeah, so if you want to read my weekly retros and stuff, go to livelaugh.blog, and bugsrock.online is my candle store that's launching on Saturday. You can draw rainbows. And yeah, I will see you again. Like and subscribe, or just subscribe if you want to join me in the stream tomorrow. And I'll see you on support.glitch.com. I'm going to go in there and see what people are saying, and share your ideas of where you want your glitch apps to go or what you're looking for. And yeah, have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.